everybody. How are you doing on this fine Saturday? I am doing well. I just wanted to post a very quick video today, mostly to alert y'all to the fact that Vinny Beetle has gone live yet again on Instagram. And it was like about a 45 or 50-minute long Instagram live. I am only going to show a very few clips here today. And I would encourage you to go and listen to Vinny's Instagram live yourself. It'll be linked below. In general, I wanted to show this because Vinny has been known to be personal acquaintances and friends with Bam Margera, and he has a little bit of insight to shed on the Free Bam movement. Now, Vinny has been on this channel before, and I want to reiterate what I said last time. This is more just like letting y'all know something that happened. It's not necessarily me saying everything Vinny says is a fact that I went and checked. I have not gone out of my way to independently verify anything that Vinny has said. I more just wanted to bring it to y'all's attention that this video exists, point you in the direction of the video, and encourage you to go watch it yourself. So without further ado, of course, none of this is legal advice. None of this is legal opinion. This is just showing y'all an update on the Bam story that has now happened. Let's get into it.
Yeah, Scumbag Vinny's here today, guys. Scumbag Vinny's here today. We're going to bring somebody in, a friend of mine named Ian, just to help me process and get through everything that I want to say. What up?
What's happening, man? How you
Ian
living?
Ellis, everybody. Welcome, Ian Ellis.
So, Vinny, let me set the stage a little bit. I saw this documentary about Bam and the situation he's in, where like they've taken his freedom away, like Britney, and he's with this very sus company. And I sent it to you because you're his closest buddy, and I was like, "The fuck is going on here?" So, can you bring me up to speed? Like, where do we even start with this?
But the gist of it is, Bam was put in a temporary guardianship. Her history goes back to this YouTube channel, Soft White Underbelly.
Okay.
And they have, millions of followers. And she owns a company called Aura that basically owns she owns a product that is a virtual reality rehab healing system. Like, you put on this virtual world and it triggers you with alcohol and substance abuse, and then they take it off of you and they try to figure out what triggers you, and like they try to learn from it that way. But this woman that for a long time she was featured with helping, supposedly she helped, and then shortly thereafter died in her sleep.
The treatment center staff walked into Amanda's room thinking that she was just peacefully sleeping and realized that she had passed away.
And she lied about the autopsy, and then they started to find out the truth about these things. And then she got along with Bam, and when she got introduced to Bam, she was like, okay, Bam will help me promote my company and get my name back, and in return we'll help him get treatment. And in the meantime, all she's done is just keep him going from place to place. And when he graduates a rehab facility, he'll get out of the rehab facility, and basically the cops will end up where he is somehow, and there will be lies told to the cops so that they lock him back up and bring him to another new facility.
I found out every time I escape or leave, my guardian, who I thought was on my side, would find out my location, because either I would tell her or she would track down my GPS on my phone and get me re-Baker acted and sent back to the fucking loony bin, and then 10 days of detox when I have nothing to detox.
And they've been doing it for a year and a half. And he's gotten to the point now where we are at the end of it. He had a court date yesterday, and his program is officially over on October 4th. He's no longer under a guardianship. So he is free to leave the state of Florida after October 1st, and he's doing super well. And he's actually went upon himself to get an alcohol bracelet around his ankle. So it like tests him every 30 minutes. So he's trying to prove to the judge, like, I don't even need a guardian. I can do it myself. But Bam's biggest issue, and the reason that I'm going live today, is that he has gotten to the point where he can't trust anybody in the world. Nobody in his circle. Recently, ThatSurpriseWitness has gotten police footage from many different cities that he's been taken in, and she's requested the police footage and done videos about it. Like Britney Spears, yeah, it's very similar to Britney Spears' situation, and she helped with that as well. and he was leaving a rehab facility. He left the rehab facility. He jumped the fence and left. His mother went to meet him. She met him at a bar. She started getting him some drinks, letting him drink. You know, I'm going to drink. Okay. You know, and his mom's sitting at the bar as he's drinking. The cops show up. He doesn't know how the cops found him. And here's the mother sitting there with the drinks. They take him in the other room and they start asking the mother questions. And April's saying things like, he's out of his mind.
He's really just delusional.
He said he's going to hurt me. He said he's going to kill me. He's going to jump off a building.
And I mean, he's been drinking. He needs to go back. Like, he has a court order.
All this stuff, but yet she's sitting at the bar with him, letting him drink. You know what I mean? And it's gotten to the point where, you know, that's just, I mean, that's factual evidence that you can go and see on the channel yourself. You can watch the video yourself. It's sickening, man. It's one of the most, because I've been defending his family. You know, he's my friend, and I would never want to go after his personal, like his family, you know, and that's a really hard thing to do, especially because I wouldn't want him to do that to me with my family, you know. So I really have been defending his family, even though it didn't make much sense to me for a long time. Defending and defending and defending. And really, now it's just much more crystal clear because everybody, and Steve-O is the strongest like voice that's been out there to go against the free BAM movement. And Steve-O has said flat out, there's no financial implications. Well, if the people who are running his finances, which are his mother and father, are working with the woman who's his guardian, there are financial implications. I thought for a long time they had no idea what was going on with him, but Ian, the truth is they know exactly what's going on. I mean, they're there setting him up.
She's his guardian.
He was doing very well. I was with him the night before, and once I seen the body cam footage of that, you have his so-called aunt, Missy, which isn't his real aunt, it's a friend's aunt, who's helping him as a handler here in Florida. And you see her as the person that's taken to the side by the cops, and she's saying, please don't tell him that we're the ones that called you.
Get everything. No, I don't want him to see all these calls. He's going to kill himself. Listen, he's drinking. I go, he's out of his mind. I go, he isn't supposed to drink or anything. Right.
You know, and the guardian's on the phone yet again, like she was with the mother.
Tell him that you took me. I'm sorry, this is his guardian. I can say never. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
So they're coordinating all this stuff, and up until this day, he had no idea that any of them were doing it.
I can't believe
you guys good?
I'm getting 5150 again.
And I started to send him all of the information. I started to send him all of the videos, all of the court documents, because I was saying to myself, how is nobody else doing this? How is nobody else telling this man? And let me tell you something, he didn't know any of it. He was under the impression that stuff was getting leaked to different people, whether it was fans, or he didn't know how they were finding him. And he was believing his mother. I mean, who wouldn't believe their own mother, you know? So if you have somebody like his mom, just this year, sitting at a bar, letting him drink alcohol, knowing the police are coming, begging them in the video to take him away, even though they go, he's not under guardianship and he doesn't want to go, so we shouldn't take him away. And she's going, no, you need to. He said he's going to destroy the place and kill himself and kill me.
And it's like, I checked him in here, and we've been babysitting him with friends and whatever, and I'm here now because, like, I'm scared to death for him. I'm scared that I'm scared that he's on the top floor, and he keeps saying that he's going to jump off the building. It's a whole thing.
When did he say that?
Just about a half hour ago.
Okay, so if you knew he was on the run, why didn't you call us yesterday?
Because I have to go through Lima, and she was trying to get a court order because he's under a Marchman Act, and he's under court order.
That supposedly is expired.
Okay, no, it's new, and it's today. No, it is like today. She's been all day at the courthouse. It's like,
What courthouse?
I don't know. I mean, I can put her on the phone if you
No,
need
I have
to.
her number. You're not babysitting him, watching him, sitting at a bar having drinks.
No, I know. I'm seriously just doing, like, I'm trying to keep him calm because he's really, really aggravated.
I want to put him back in Banyan. They're going to put him in Banyan. So, I mean, I just need you to take him somewhere so he can detox.
Problem is,
Please.
we can't take him to Banyan.
Please promise me that you'll take him with you.
I'm not promising anything.
I hope you do.
You know, and then you see his wife is there any way to actually save this man? You know, speaking about the mom, and I'll speak about the wife, and I'll speak about the brother. You know, today he puts a tweet out and he's like, the people in the free Bam movement are going to be the ones to bring Bam back down and all this shit. And it's like, dude, I'm the only one in the free Bam movement who even knows him personally. So why don't you just fucking at me? You know what I mean? Let's talk about Johnny Schiller for a second. Johnny Schiller. Let's talk about the king of Element skateboards, Ian. The king of Element skateboards. The guy who did it all. No one even knows who he is, but he's got Bam convinced because he was one of the founders of Element that he can be the one to make Bam rich again. It wasn't Bam that made him rich, right? Because people were buying Element without Bam's name on it, right? No, nobody was buying it besides some loser skateboarders in like fucking 7th grade. You know what I mean?
Because right after that documentary came out, Bam out of the blue became active on Instagram, and it was really sus posts of him and that Naomi chick, and it's like, you guys need to stop with the conspiracies, you know, these people
He
are
didn't
helping
post
me.
basically like up until just yesterday. He did believe a lot of what they were doing was good for him. And basically all of the shit you've seen of Bam in the last 2 years is posted at least 2 weeks to 2 months later. It's insane, man. You'll see a photo of him was taken 2 weeks ago. You'll see Steve-O post something that was taken 3 weeks ago. The number one person you can track doing this is Brandon Novak, because he's only with him once every 6 months, and he'll take enough photos to last his Instagram the whole 6 months. I think this is the only thing I can do is spread awareness, because the truth is, you know, I had been like under this whole microscope, like Lima is the only one responsible. I'm trying to get him to see that, but now I'm realizing it is everybody around him that is responsible for this. Every single person in his life. And I told him that today myself. I said, you need to get rid of every single person in your life. And it's very hard for him. He's alone right now. Right this very second, he did. He you know, the woman Missy I talk about, that's his aunt. He's only got 2 weeks left of treatment, and he has to live with this woman. But now he knows she's been setting him up. It is fucking horrible. She's convinced him she'll go to the court and get him away from Lima, but she's still talking to Lima on the side, you know? And Lima, she's always defended herself by saying, I only ever wanted Bam under a temporary guardianship. And the truth is, today we found paperwork that her first ever try at a guardianship was a permanent one. She applied to be his permanent guardian. She is a stranger to him. She's never, ever met him before. You know what I mean? She's never met him before. They met through a desperate actor in LA who's friends with the brother of his wife, okay, who's now probably living with them, I think. His name's Albert Monero Jr., and he's like a comedian actor. You know what I'm saying? And I got to tell the truth about these people now, because honestly,
like I saw that documentary. I was like, oh shit, do we have to go save Bam? And then I see his Instagram where he's like, guys, it's just crazy internet shit. You know, to hear it from you adds credibility.
The one thing I will say about That Surprise Witness in our YouTube channel, everything she pulls is like documentations and video from cops' body cams. You know what I mean? Like, she's not, you know, they're focusing on what she says more than, like, she did a video today, and like, she actually did a great job. I was like, can you try not to talk at all during April's part? That way we can just see what April does, you know? And it was so clear when she didn't pause it, how you could see the drinking glass and her, like, switch up her demeanor. And this is his mom. This is the one who runs everything for him, runs his whole shit, you know? Like, and I was just like, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, you know, BJ, that's her name from That Surprise Witness. She's in the chat. She gets upset because, like, the first thing they did to Bam was dismiss her as crazy person that gets sued by everybody. So, like, for a while, I was talking to her in the background, like I was never going to say something. And then, you know, I gave her some information that she never told anybody, which is I told her about Nikki giving him the drugs, and she never told anybody. And she's got a channel with 100,000 people, you know, between two, she's got like 100,000 people, and she never told nobody, bro. She never told nobody that. So that to me showed that I could trust her, and that's when I started working with her more with her channel, because I felt like, all right, I finally got someone I could trust, and she waited long enough for me to do it myself right now, you know. So that's
what
that.
I could say, not necessarily in defense of the family, but, you know, they aren't necessarily evil, but it can be real easy for like a closed circle to become a feedback loop where they're making up their own ideas about what Bam's doing, and it's a game of telephone, and they have spun themselves out into this world where, like, you know, they're in a make-believe that you know, is fucking toying with Bam's life. Or maybe they're evil. I don't know, but that would be the little bit of defense, I would say.
Yeah, that was in Florida. Yeah, and he, see, what would happen is he would get so stressed out because he's being forced to get treatment. He didn't ever want the treatment, you know, so he's getting forced into treatment by these people. His rebellion for the longest time was, I'm just going to break out and get drunk, you know. That's what his whole thing was. And so now that I've showed him this evidence, like, he's literally like, all right, I'm going to stay sober and get the fuck out of here, away from these people. And that's where I think we've made a breakthrough.
As of October 4th, is he, like, on his own? He's free?
Yeah, as long as he doesn't fuck up before then, which
the worst part is there's no place for him to retreat to, because
no,
normally it would be
nowhere.
like, well, I'll go to my wife or I'll go to my family, and if they're the ones that are fucking him, he really he has nothing at this point.
Yeah, he told me today, he's like, I have nobody I could trust.
All right, so I guess in conclusion, he's in a shitty situation. We all need to watch very carefully what happens between now and October 4th. What can the fans do? You know,
honestly, spreading as much awareness about this as possible is the most important thing. You know, Bam Margera Incorporated is his estate, and right now he does not have control of any of that. So this is the most critical time in his life. There is nothing anybody can do but him at this point. Like, I gave the ball in his court to continue to spread the word ourselves, because I do believe one day, if there was so-called a Bam press conference where he talks about being saved, or the documentary, I know in my heart he's going to say, without that surprise witness and Vinny Beetle, I would not be free right now. And I believe that.
All right. Well, that was just, like I said, a few clips, some of them even a little bit out of context, but the full video is posted both on Vinny Beetle's Instagram account as well as the YouTube channel that I will link below. As I said at the beginning of this video, everything in this video that is spoken by Vinny or Ian is their opinion. I have not taken any steps to independently verify anything that they have said, but it is newsworthy because there is someone who has close personal contact with Bam who is now speaking out in support of the Free Bam movement and validating and confirming a lot of our concerns. So that's all I had for today's video. In the meantime, make sure you are subscribed and you have your notifications turned on, and I will see y'all very soon. Facts ain't defamation. Love you, mean it. Okay, bye.